Now to our focus on the diplomatic and political fallout of the sudden visit by Sri Lankan President Dissinayake to the island of Kachativu that was ceded to Sri Lanka by India in 1974. It's a contentious issue historically used by Indian fishermen, the island, as well, and has been at the center of a sharp political exchange in Tamil Nadu. On Monday, Dissinayake, who was visiting Jaffna in northern Sri Lanka, made a sudden visit to the island and declared that Sri Lanka will resist any external pressure to safeguard its seas and islands. Such a visit by the president isn't heard of in the recent past. Political parties in Tamil Nadu have raised the issue of Indian fishermen shot at and captured by the Sri Lankan Navy and have demanded that India retrieve Kachativu. The TVK chief and actor Vijay had raised the issue recently at his rally in Madurai. The BJP had accused the Congress of ceding the island and the DMK of not pushing its ally to get it back when it was in power in the UPA. And the DMK has hit out at the BJP for not doing anything over the last decade. Leave the domestic politics in Tamil Nadu aside. Dissinayake's visit coincides with complex Indian foreign policy realities at the moment. What's the message Colombo is sending? Joining us this evening, former diplomat Ashok Sajjanahar and senior journalist R.K. Radhakrishnan, who follows Sri Lanka very closely. Mr. Sajjanahar, what message does India take from Dissinayake's Kachativu visit? Is it a response to the noise from Tamil political parties, or is there a more strategic diplomatic message to take from it?
Yeah, thank you very much, Veera Raghav, for having me on the show. I think it is not a standalone visit. Of course, this visit by Mr. Dissinayake is the first time I understand that a Sri Lankan head of state is visiting Kachativu. Not in recent past, not ever, frankly, after 1974 when it, went to Sri Lanka. But it is not being done on its own. What I understand is that there was this rally in Madurai that you have referred to on the 21st of August, in which the TVK leader, actor and political leader Vijay, he sort of, spoke about this and said that, it needs to be retrieved. Our fishermen are dying. They are being killed by Sri Lankans. And so it is the duty of the central government or Prime Minister Modi that this should be retrieved from there, that it should be taken back so that our people can go, our fishermen can go and fish. Now, of course, this was termed as political posturing by the Sri Lankan foreign minister, who said that since the elections in Tamil Nadu are going to be held in the beginning of 2026, so of course, different parties are stoking these, regional nationalist sentiments and trying to do that. So he took it in, the Sri Lankan foreign minister took it in that light and that spirit. But of course, to drive home the point, the Sri Lankan president has gone there. You see, relations between India and Sri Lanka are excellent. I think they are the best that, in recent times. And I think it is Mr. Dissinayake's visit is also in response to some of the noises that are coming from Tamil Nadu. And these noises could become, more frequent and louder as we approach the elections early next year. Veera Raghav.
R.K. Radhakrishnan, the visit an effort to preempt or ensure that Sri Lanka sends a message across categorically to the political noise in Tamil Nadu, says Ashok Sajjanahar. How do you see it?
Thank you, Veera Raghav, for the opportunity, and good evening, viewers. Obviously, a message to Tamil Nadu is a message to India because Tamil Nadu happens to be part of India. So I see this as unnecessary muscle flexing. Before we go anywhere, let me make it very clear: Tamil Nadu politicians, every single political party keeps saying that Indian fishermen, fish near Kachativu and hence get arrested. That is completely false. That is wrong. Indian fishermen fish in very close to the Sri Lankan coast and hence they get arrested. Let's get that out of the way. Second thing, every single political party in every single election, in every single manifesto for about 20-25 years has this point in there, that Kachativu meetpom. We will get back Kachativu. Now, no political party in Sri Lanka or the ruling dispensation in Sri Lanka has thought it fit to actually respond seriously or flex muscles, just as Anurag Kumara Dissinayake has done now. See, the war ended in 2009 May. Now, the point is that no Sri Lankan president or prime minister, right from Mahinda, who actually won the war for Sri Lanka, or Sirisena, has wanted to go to Kachativu because it doesn't make sense at all. Now, this muscle flexing I see as a coordinated effort, because Anurag Kumara Dissinayake, whatever said and done, of course, I would agree with the ambassador that our relationship with Sri Lanka is very good, but he is closer to China than he is to India. I see this as in coordination with what Nepal has done very recently on the Lipu Lake Pass, where it has protested to both Xi Jinping and to Narendra Modi that you cannot have it. Land trade between India and China bypassing Nepal, because Nepal claims ownership of both all the Lipu Lake Pass, the Kalapani, and the Libya Dura, all which are, according to Nepal, east of Mahakali. We contest that the origins of Mahakali. So I see two countries acting in tandem, which is, which for me is cause for concern.
Right. You say it's cause for concern. Mr. Sajjanahar, you heard what R.K. Radhakrishnan said very briefly. Would you see the timing of this visit in the midst of the global situation that we're in at the moment as something that's chosen, or something that's purely a spur of the moment, demonstration of Sri Lanka's hold over Kachativu?
No, it's not, as I said, it's not a standalone. It's not in the context of the global situation, the global turmoil and turbulence and flux that is taking place. It's really in response to the noises that have started coming out of Tamil Nadu. And, as Sri Lanka would have expected, that these noises are going to get louder as we get closer to the elections. Now, 2 points, that Mr. Radhakrishnan has made. And, I don't know whether I could agree with him that, Sri Lanka is at this moment closer to China than it is to India. Because I think these comparisons are always very odious, and, there are different arguments that can be extended. Of course, when AKD came and, JVP was thought to be against anti-India and much closer to China. But then you see the manner in which his first visit to India, his first visit after coming to power was to India. The first leader that he invited, foreign leader that he invited to Sri Lanka was Prime Minister Modi.
Right.
And I think these declarations have been made very often because, our concerns, our sensitivities on, these submarines and spying vessels coming into Sri Lanka, and categorically stating that Sri Lanka will not allow its territory or waters to be used against the security of India. Secondly, I think the comparison between Nepal and Sri Lanka, I think, is a little faulty, because, that was an issue of dispute, this Kalapani, Limpiadura, Lipu Lake, etc., and discussions were going on between the two sides, while Kachativu was handed over in 1974. So, there was no dispute about it as such, whatever the Tamil Nadu politicians might say, but it was handed over formally.
You're making a nuanced point there. R.K. Radhakrishnan, very briefly, 20 seconds, your response to what Mr. Sajjanahar has said.
Yeah, I see a gradual ganging up of the smaller states around India. We see what is happening in Bangladesh and the kind of positions that Bangladesh is taking vis-a-vis India. I see Nepal's coordinated effort vis-a-vis India, and I see Sri Lanka in that context. There is no need for Anurag to do this. His army commanders, anybody could have made that point. He could have himself made that point in Colombo or Jaffna, because he was anyway visiting Jaffna. But I think this is a clear message to India and not just to Tamil Nadu.
All right. Thanks very much there. We leave that conversation, but we'll keep a close watch of that relationship, the diplomatic relationship between Colombo and New Delhi.